Okay, we are live, inshallah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وتوفنا مسلمين. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. نعم المولى ونعم النصير. غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. حسبنا الله لا إله إلا أنت عليك توكلنا وأنت رب العرش العظيم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت أرحم الراحمين وأنت أرحم الراحمين. آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. We have been studying, inshallah. Today we are going to end, inshallah, come to the end, inshallah. I'm not promising, but let's try, inshallah. And we studied the verse 31, فَلَا صَدَّقَ وَلَا صَلَّى. We tried to understand why the subject came to فَلَا صَدَّقَ, because if someone really doesn't accept his or her faults, mistakes, anything is not acceptable for human beings or for human reasoning, for human consciousness, then this person cannot be the man of truth. Definitely, he will go against the truth because he doesn't deserve it. If man is not, if you like, honest within himself, this person cannot be man of truth. That is what we understand from the sequence of the teachings that we have started from the beginning of this chapter and now coming towards the end of it. And this person is not aware that whatever he does is recorded. For example, all the experiences I have in this world have been recorded within my talent, whatever I have, little or more. It is recorded physically in my memory, in my capacity to practice what I have learned. And also it takes always gradual development, improvement. So if I stop, also my talent stops growing. That is how we are created in this world. So if man always doesn't take the notice of the creation out there and all the signs, endless, limitless signs presented to him, and doesn't think about it, only things of his own benefit and egoistic expectations, and tries to convince himself or satisfy himself by following an arrogant way, thinking that I alone exist, I don't really need anyone else, I am self-sufficient. So this person takes the most arrogant attitude. We don't expect this person to be man of truth and accept, confirm the truth. If someone doesn't confirm the truth, it is inevitable that this person is not going to pray, ask for guidance, because he took his own stand as self-sufficient. Why should he need to go and ask something else to fulfill his needs? So who can fulfill his needs? He says, I can. Or the matter or the property, the wealth I have can satisfy me, and wealth is under my command, under my control. This is my property. I can really use it as I want. This is my property. That's so obvious. So the opposite direction, which is so clear here, which is ولكن كذب وتولى. Of course, it is inevitable. He will reject and he will turn away from whatever the truth is. He is not going to really reflect on it and they give the possibility that it may be really true or not, because the truth points strongly, emphatically, points to the reality, to the person himself, and the truth tells that you have to accept your reality. We should not really confine the meaning of this word كذب only denying religion, denying the message of God. I mean, in the form of spoken, verbal message. It means the message that the prophets bring to us. We have to understand that كذب means denying his own reality, contradicting himself consciously, knowingly, deliberately by using his free will, because free will has no condition. Within the certain area, whatever you would like to choose, you can choose. Within a limited area, doesn't matter, but our responsibility is within this limited area. I can confirm the truth, I can deny the truth. I cannot change the day into night, and I cannot do that. Of course, I cannot stop, for example, winter coming, or the rain is coming and stop it, impossible. So what I can do only within my own given area, and I am absolutely free there. So كذب means to deny. Deny. Of course, denying what? The previous verse said, the truth. Yeah, صدق, confirm the truth, and deny the prayer, except that he is in need of it. Although his reality declares openly, not only in his human feelings, but also is, which is very apparent to everyone, his body. His body works, his body needs, and everything is prepared for the need of the body, satisfied the need of the body without me doing anything. I may say I am working 8 hours a day or even 10 hours a day, and I am making money and going buying and trying to make my living. Excuse me, you are not bringing anything into existence. You are just using, consuming what is already given to you. Your reality is out there. You're just in need of the things you need to be created, even the clothes. What is the clothes made up? Maybe petroleum, maybe cotton, maybe wool, whatever. I mean, some things are made up of plants as well. Oh, yeah, but petroleum is provided, cotton is created for you, wool is created for you on the body of the animals, and plants are created for you, and so that you can utilize them. You didn't bring anything, you are in need of them. Why do you contradict yourself and turn back? Turn your back to your own reality. Of course, if someone does not accept that he is in need of something, and these are prepared for it, and question who is preparing them. Can they come into existence accidentally? Can they come into existence by themselves? Can the things exist just with no purpose at all by themselves? That is the main problem, main question that we have to struggle with to get the answer. If someone takes it for granted that these are given to us, just here they are, I'm just using them, as if I am put in a place where there are a lot of things that I like, and I found something and start using it, start eating it, start, I mean, utilizing them without thinking who put me here, how they are prepared in a way, in such a way that fits my needs. If some, I'm speaking only in terms of material existence, bodily existence. It is very simple. I'm not saying about your feelings, your expectations, etc. No, no, no. They are not the subject at this stage now, because most of this text, this is a very early chapter. So people's minds are not ready to think of human feelings, human expectations, satisfactions, human satisfactions. No, no, they are just at the very beginning, at the level of very beginning. They need to be pointed out their bodily life, even the bodily life. If you really notice, we have been studying chronologically, so we have been studying the sequence of the revelation from the very beginning. For example, the first verse, as we are told historically, starts with read in the name of the Creator, your Lord, who created. And خلق الإنسان من علق. Now think about the beginning of your life. This chapter also will come to this point. Think about very material existence of your being. You were just a cell, a small lump of meat with nothing in it, no quality. It continuously grows. And you say, how does it grow? You have to say, how am I growing? Out of one cell. And also we will pay attention to the fact that the cell is combined of two opposites towards the end of this chapter. How can you deny that you are being taken care of? You are really subject to somebody else's will, so that you are prepared to grow in the perfect way, so that you will remember, you will reflect on it. You didn't come to existence just like this with nowhere. You came into existence through conscious, gradual development. Every moment, the one who is giving you existence kept reminding you that you are taken care of by a conscious being through deliberate, well organized, perfectly arranged with purposes and full of wisdom, so that you cannot escape thinking of your reality. Started from the material aspect of the existence. Later on, Quran starts slowly, slowly, step by step, human feelings, human psyche. So very, very late after, I mean, 10 or I'm not sure about it, 8 to 10 years of the message, then the Quran starts speaking spirit. Quran starts speaking human soul, human feelings, how we are communicating with the word which has not material, but for example, something comes to my mind, and I have also always two objects, two options in front of me. Later on, now we are concentrating on the level that our minds are very much occupied with material existence only. So Quran also admits that, accepts that, acknowledges it, and starts teaching at the level of material existence, bodily existence of everything, including the universe. Not the meanings, not the angelic side of it, it means meaningful side of it. And so that we will just ignore our body and go into a subject which is totally alien to me. It never occurred to me to take notice of it. I'm just thinking of my existence in terms of bodily existence. So acknowledges it. It is an excellent lesson for us. We have to follow the development as this chapter followed, how the chapter, the section of this Qiyamah section of the Quran started presenting how the universe exists, how it is precisely arranged, and then human attitude towards his own self, and how people ignore the reality. Some people, of course, ignore the reality to their own selves, and then drawing attention to a specific section of human development from the embryo and into a baby and then grown up person, and then saying that, oh, all these meaningful activities are for nothing. Yeah. So this person is to be blamed now. This if a person doesn't accept the reality, but of course we have to pay attention. We don't straight away accept the reality or confirm it. We have to reflect. We have to think. And then if I prefer not to reflect on my own existence, even bodily existence, then I am bound to deny the truth and turn back my reality and keep whatever I have been running after just to satisfy myself by myself without acknowledging or thinking and then acknowledging what is happening to me really. And then this person says, and then this person is subject to the verse 33. ثم ذهب إلى أهله يتمطى. So then he went arrogantly back to his people. What does it mean? His people, his like-minded people, the people who take the same attitude. And why do we do that? It is the only way to to have comfort in one's existence, seeing like-minded people with the same understanding, with the same attitude, with the same ideologies, and saying that, look, I'm not alone. There are all the peoples around me are saying the same thing, following the same type of life, so, and having the same idea. So feeling comfortable in this area. I uh, I hesitate to say, but I have to. That is our reality as well. This is very human nature. Okay, if someone decides that this way is right for me, then it is within human nature to find his own community. I don't deny that it's human need. That's why God says we have created you in community, not alone. Community. Why? That is human need. So those people who reflect and share their conclusions with some other people, they like to have a community within themselves because they will feel more comfortable as far as the practical side of this understanding is concerned to live within this certain community as the community which has the same idea as me, for example. I like to be with you. And it makes me comfort. But sometimes it is useful, sometimes it is harmful because look, the unbeliever, the denier, also went back to his people. ثم ذهب إلى أهله يتمطع. He went go back arrogantly back to his people. Arrogantly. Why? Because he said, I'm right. Look, I'm going to be with these people, and I will see that everybody is claiming the same thing. So I may be right. So that is called a comfort zone. We may do the same thing, but we still, if you reflect on your creation, I may do the same thing. Let me speak on my own behalf. I may do the same thing. Is it legitimate? Yes. Is it the way I am created in need of having a community? Of course. That's what I feel. I want to have my community. So, and then live in there. But I have to always watch out. A disbeliever doesn't feel the need to watch out whether I am in the right community or this community is right or wrong, because he ended up with this community as a result of not thinking, not reflecting, but being self sufficient, feeling self sufficient, being arrogant. That is why he doesn't feel it. For example, all scientists say the same thing. That's what the people keep saying nowadays. All scientists uh, say the same thing, claim the same thing. And is it right or wrong? Oh, they are the experts. So, since they presented it, of course, everybody presents his idea with a, if you like, in a sugar-coated form that makes somehow appealing, acceptable, somehow reasonable. But we have to go into it. Is it really true? Can I really honestly confirm it or not? He may not do it. Most probably he won't do it. Very exceptional people start questioning and get out of this community and also look for another option for them to explain their existence. Very rare people. Now we have to be careful as well. I have to be careful as well. I want to be with my community. Correct. That's my need. Yes. That is how I am created. Of course. That is how I find myself. Everybody does this. So when I go there, I'm If I claim that I investigated and confirmed my situation, I questioned, I should never stop questioning. Yes, this is the community, that's my comfort zone. I feel comfortable here. Of course, that's my right to be in a comfortable place. But from time to time, am I really right? Just question it. Otherwise, without deeply thinking, not refreshing your conclusions with new evidence, because creation is continuously changing and presenting to me new evidence. I have to take a position and confirm this new evidence. Keep always alarmed, alerted. Ah, that is why I said this. That is why I concluded that. But if I just take or find myself into a community without questioning and going along with the community, of course, I feel comfortable there because I'm used to it. That is why community is necessary, but we have to watch out. It may be a harmful thing. What does it mean? Oh, harmful thing, shall I go out of it? No. Stay there, but question. Keep questioning because belief, confirmation needs positive attitude based on evidence. So evidence is renewed. I must renew my confirmation of the evidence as well, because evidence is my creation, my life continuously renewed. The universe around me continuously renewed and changes. For example, seasons change, years change, your youth, your middle age, your uh, old age. These are radical changes. Day and night change. You get hungry and eat again. You get cold and wear something, or you get warm, then you look for a cool place. Change, change, change. Why? Why the creation keeps changing is the main question for me. So I have to question it, although I need a community, although I will remain in the community, but I shouldn't use the community as a uh, comfort zone for my prejudice. That I'm a Muslim, I was born in a Muslim family, I was raised up as a Muslim uh, by a Muslim family. So I have to live with Muslims. This is not the solution. That is exploitation of one's reality. That we are created in this way. Yes, correct. I need the community. That's correct. But exploiting it, it means not questioning whether true or not. For example, every day I get hungry, every day I eat, every day I need to go somewhere, every day I take my car with me or any other transportation means, the bus or train or whatever, or a bicycle or walking, whatever it is. And then I said, that is how I am. No, you have to question. We keep questioning. Refreshing is needed. Now, ثم ذهب إلى أهله يتمتع أولى لك فأولى. Now, then arrogant back to your people and your ideology, I don't know, nowadays people go back to science. Science will explain, science will satisfy me, but science says how you developed by yourself. Why don't you question whether you can develop by yourself? What can develop by itself? I say, oh, for example, can you say that a pencil developed by itself throughout 1 billion years, 10 billion years, a pencil out of storms and earthquakes and volcano explosions, and at the end, oh, a pen came out perfectly working as it is, as I have a pencil in front of me now. But can you really say, is it is possible? Ask yourself, it is possible. Can you ever believe that? And also another claim, what they are now uh, interpreted in this way, it keeps renewing itself, uh, because it has life. Where did you get the life? I don't know. Must have happened in an atmosphere, and we cannot repeat it now. But in the back, 1 or 10 billion years ago, it happened in this way, and it is developing like this. I don't know, or millions of years ago. But if it is possible within the order of the universe, why don't you repeat it? Because order of the universe, essentially, the order doesn't change. Why don't you renew it? I will try. We will try. But is there any way to bring something like life into matter? Because matter doesn't have life. And there is nothing apart from matter within all universe. So life must come out of matter. And universe consists of matter only. Don't you have your reasoning? Matter has no life, cannot produce life, because it doesn't have life itself. So life is given to matter from where? Somewhere, not from the universe, somewhere else. Why? The universe consists of matter only, as far as its physical acceptance, physical existence is concerned, because science doesn't accept anything else. Science doesn't accept the meaning, doesn't accept something that really takes care of the universe in its this material side of the universe, and puts it in a perfect order, arranges everything, and provides what it needs. But then it is religion. It is the revelation. And they say, no, revelation is just story. Forget about it. It's just legend or mythology. Yeah, and then they say life happened. This is everywhere is contradictory. So what we do now, we understand that this person, your ruin has come close, still closer. What does it mean? Ruin has come close and still closer. It means the more we live in this condition, the more we experience the torture of meaninglessness, purposelessness, and try to struggle to satisfy my needs as much as possible on daily basis, momentarily, by myself thinking, of course, cheating myself that I'm satisfying myself. Today I have a wonderful dinner. What did we have? Or we had a, let's say, uh, I don't know the names of the food. Oh, let's say, okay, fried chicken or fried beef, or I don't know, lamb. Okay. Or really in the stove, we cooked the turkey in the stove, and it became really delicious, roasted perfectly. We enjoyed it. Okay. Where did this, let's say, turkey come from? It's an living being. What did it do? What the turkey did? Nothing. It is just giving existence with the life, and it is just giving growth and growth, and he ate, but what this turkey eats grass, and out of grass, beauty, design, and meaningful actions, activities, conscious as much as the animal has, and became meat, and then you roasted the meat. Did you think, is it possible? Can it come into existence in a reasonable way that I can explain by itself? Living being. It's a living being. It was a living being. You killed it. It means the life went out of it because the life conditions, that's the order, never changes. Life conditions changed and there is no life. And you roasted it. Did you think about? No. Now try, this person in this position tries his utmost effort, but at the expense of what? That is very important. He tries to satisfy his temporary pleasure in this life. Yeah, but he's getting older and older, and the time to depart from this world is getting closer and closer. Can it stop? No. It says, I existed by itself, but I existed by myself as a result of this universe, produced me, and I cannot stop my own destiny, death. That is the end of my existence. Coming closer, coming closer. The more he wants to satisfy himself, the more he loses his hope for his future. The more he accumulates the wealth, the more he realizes he is going to lose all of them, even his existence. You know, the ruin has come close, still closer. And again, your ruin has come close, still closer. What does it mean? You are just continuously torturing yourself more and more within this arrogant attitude that you are satisfying yourself. If you are the one who is satisfying yourself, why don't you keep yourself or stop your aging? If you are acting yourself, if matter acts by itself, why does it destroy you? It grew, it developed the life. Why would it develop death? Because if I think of my existence by myself, would I like, as a human being, would I like to give existence to myself in order to kill myself? But somebody may say, oh, the God also kills. Yeah, God says, I am going to transform you from this world, this existence, into another world. As I created you here, that is the main point in this section of the Quran that we read, Qiyamah, the Qiyamah section. As I created you here, I will create you in another place. Why? Because I created you here for training, preparing yourself for the new creation. So new creation will be much higher status than here. So you can only grow into this higher status of existence by developing your human side, not body side. If you keep watching and feeding your body side, definitely your human side will dwarf. It means getting smaller and smaller. At the end, this person thinks he is going to disappear from existence because he thinks of his existence only in terms of body, and body is going to rot. He knows body is going to rot. He doesn't think of himself in terms of human side, in terms of human feelings, human soul. So this person has to suffer. From one side, he wants to accumulate more in order to secure his future. From another side, can you imagine this torture? Everywhere oppressing from all sides. Human spirit, human soul. Torture, really torture. And from one side, he wants to have a better future. From another side, he knows that is absolutely sure that he is going to lose his existence completely. And there is no way to have hope for it because his hope is matter and his matter is going to be disintegrated completely, get into the soil and disappear as from being as a human being. How can they live this life? That's why they keep busying themselves, keeping just not thinking of death. What I can say this to myself and share it with you. If you want to torture, if you want to torture to somebody who, as the verse said, you know, denier of the truth, who denies the truth, say nothing but one thing. No, so one say you believe in God, religion is beautiful, it gives you future, and it is the reality. Look, this universe must have it. No, 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 no. Just say, if you want to torture, of course, it is not a good idea, but I'm saying one point. I'm going to make one point. Just tell him that whatever his name is, let's say John, whatever you do, you are going to die. That's it. Go. That's it. Remind him the death. That's it. And you will see. He will say, oh, of course we will. That's inevitable end. But within himself, will say, yeah, I am trying to make my life better and better, struggling for it. But the end is zero. Nothing. From himself. He wouldn't admit. Otherwise, if he admitted, he would be an honest man, honest to his own reality. Then, if he was honest to his own reality, he would be a man of truth. He wouldn't deny reality. Okay. Until now, this torture is unbearable. May Allah protect us from this torture. I mean, this is the only way to torture. There is no need to put a man into a prison. Just tell him about if he doesn't believe that somehow question his existence, reality, uh, not necessarily that his spiritual reality. No, 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 his bodily reality as well. And then this person, that it is worse than being to me, in prison. Okay, that's my idea about this slide. Before going into the next slide, anybody please share your whatever you want, feelings, rejection, whatever, whatever you think that, oh, I should share this feeling with this group of people of good intention here, looking for solution for their reality, to understand how they can handle with their life, with their existence, so that I believe everybody is here not to entertain themselves, entertain here. We are not making any fun. We are really, uh, this class, I think, requires a little bit deep thinking for your personal matter, for your personal self, not learning information so that you can sell somebody somewhere else and look at a bright, intelligent person, knowledgeable person. No, for yourself, for me. That's my
Assalamu
concern.
alaikum. I have a
Okay, go
question.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So, like a very interesting point that you brought up is to keep questioning. Like when you're comfortable with a community and you feel like I am, like you're you have to question like why are you comfortable? So like how possible is this? Like sometimes you know um, there are several communities. Like there's a community of your family, there's a community of your like people that you choose to be. Like I'm choosing to be with this community, I love this community, and other communities. So like I'm trying to understand like how would I question, like and here I am, like I'm learning to question. Is it normal that people do question? Is it normal? Is it really like, is it really possible that people will question their community and say, you know what, I need to, so give me examples. Like I'm finding it difficult to question a community. Like I don't know, how can I question? If I feel comfortable, why would I question? I know you say it as if it's very easy, but I don't know how would this happen.
Now, you just hit the heart of the matter. How can I do it? Yeah, questioning means when you have our community, that is an psychological as well as sociological case to me. I don't want to lose myself in this words, technical terms. It means it is something to do with my attitude, and it is something to do with my relationship with my environment. Of course, one thing I should say, it is so necessary to have one's community. Quran keep saying that, keep saying that, watch out for your relatives and keep your family ties very strong. This is one thing. But that news tells me that I have to live in a community life. I cannot seclude myself and live in a hermit lifestyle. No, I shouldn't. So I have to be in the community, actively engaged. That is what I understand from the Quran. And also, that's what I feel. That's why we are here. Now, how can I not turn this opportunity into a, what is that? What they say, religion is a opium. So into an opium that it just makes me feel dull. It means just continue as it is. Now, elect or select a community, choose a community where people are likely to question. So that, for example, now, I think we are not far away from Ramadan. Okay, so I'm excited as well. That's an opportunity to welcome the Quran, bring it into my life fresh again, every year, fresh and fresh and fresh. That is a, a yearless annual circle. You know why? Fresh again, refresh it again, refresh it again. Uh, So the Quran, I mean, I don't take this historical narrations or claims that Quran was revealed in Ramadan. Come on, the Quran is revealed in 23 years time periodically. Somehow, uh, uh, once today, 1 week there is no revelation, 1 month there is no revelation, and then two verses were revealed. What do you mean by Ramadan? Ramadan is the opportunity to welcome for me, welcome the Quran for me, so that God gave me this opportunity of this experiencing this month to be devoted to welcoming the Quran into my life. That is why I should a little bit keep away from engaging the worldly side of my life, worldly side of my life. It means talking about the value of food. That's what I'm very sensitive about, this iftar uh, celebrations, gatherings, family gatherings, friend gatherings, etc., community gatherings, iftar. Well, that is good. That's a good opportunity to talk about everything. But what? Oh, where did you buy this from? How much was it? What a wonderful thing. Can I get the recipe? Are they the questioning really? Or just dumbing ourselves about the reality of life we are experiencing with these community members? I mean, using it, just forget the revelation of the Quran, replacing it, this coming from high, it means from God to nuzul, coming down gradually, and we say, what we do usually as believers when we get together, we don't talk about revelation of the Quran. We talk about the nature of the food itself, not the meaning, the message revealed to me. So, is it the community that I am in? That is where I feel my comfort. Is it my comfort zone? I'm not talking about revelation of the message of the Quran using an excuse or making an excuse of being together with my fellow believers. If you are fellow, if the community is your fellow believers, you have to talk about belief side of the matter. Is it your community? That is why we cheat ourselves. If we don't really speak about the message that we receive from the Quran and apply it to the very iftar preparations, iftar food, eating, talking about our friendship as a means of bringing the Quran into my life. Which kind of community is it? Am I in the wrong way, wrong place? As I take it as my community? And that is the question. It is not your community then. Look for your community, feel comfortable. For example, I am talking as an example, the condition of Ramadan and the activities during Ramadan. Most of our life is spent for preparation of food. You know, in Muslim countries, the businessmen love the month of Ramadan. Why do you think? They love the Ramadan is coming, the business is booming. Why? Why do you think?
It's the month of food for some.
And the shopping, shopping, entertaining my friends. My friends are entertaining me, and let us be honest. That we are all believers. It will be on doubt. When you are having iftar, which is the really family gatherings, friend gatherings, community gatherings, in the mosque, at home, whatever, wherever you are, be honest. Last year, How many times you welcome the revelation of the Quran while you are having your dinner? Be honest. Don't give me the answer. But I say this is the revelation, the month of revelation of food, not month of revelation of the Quran in our practical life. Is it a community? We have to choose the right community. And we have to look for an opportunity to discuss, to renew, to refresh my belief with new evidences. I think it is a wrong word. Evidence says, they say, grammatically it is wrong, but new evidence, all forms of it. Now, choose your community accordingly. Practically, for example, while you are doing your shopping, of course you do, and I do, and you do. It is why we are created. It is the way we are created. That is very real. So while I'm doing the shopping, I go to the greengrocery. I see the piles of foods, all kinds of fruits and vegetables and uh, whatever God created, Allah created for us. When you say how generous my God is, look at out of earth. So if a friend comes to you, look at the beauty of this pineapple, how it is designed, decorated, as if specially made for me. And just it is presenting itself to me with a beautiful appearance. So I love it. Sometimes when I buy pineapple, it is so nicely decorated. Patterns are there. I don't know how it is called. The leaves are beautifully as if presenting itself, come and welcome me as a present, as a gift from your creator, specially packed in a gift package, not an ordinary gift package to you. Isn't that so meaningful? I feel, well, we should feel that. How can I cut this? Come on. It is so beautifully prepared. We don't want to even, if we pay attention to it, we feel that, no, I shouldn't really rip off this beautiful gift wrapping. But of course, acknowledging it, confirming it, that is, you are created for me, so I can slaughter it in the name of my God, the greatest. Bismillahi Allahu Akbar. Slaughter it, it means sacrifice it in the name of God, the most beloved one, like Abraham did to his son, most beloved son. Since God says, okay, eat it, I have to eat it. If God didn't say, kulu washrabu, we would hesitate to eat it. It says, okay, I created it for you. I can create with only be, and it is so easy. If I will it, I will fill everywhere with pineapple. Look at the universe. It is my witness. You say, okay, you are so generous. You ask me to kill it. That's why I am slaughtering it. That's why we say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar when we slaughter a sheep or cow. Come on. Why don't you say Allahu Akbar when you slaughter an onion, when you slaughter an orange? It is a living being as well. And it is given to you as a gift. We shouldn't slaughter, but we should sacrifice in the name of Allah. He says, slaughter it. That's why I'm slaughtering it. One har. So, okay, I'm going to slaughter it. Because there is a command from God. One har. Don't worry about my property. It is my property. I present it to you freely. Come on, go ahead. So this aspect of life must be shared in my community if I claim that I am a believer. But believe cannot be taken for granted. Belief needs reflection, questioning, at the end, being convinced, satisfied with my answer. Don't take it for granted. Don't take your belief for granted. Practically. And you will see that how beautiful and meaningful the life will be. You are prepared for the eternal life because the more you mention God, the more you will feel the love to be in His presence. I want to be with you, directly address you, and I have to receive your message directly from you, not from indirectly the creators, directly from you. This is paradise. You can live paradise, and you can share your paradise with your fellow community members. I think the problem is I don't take my stand. My friend doesn't take his stand, saying that, oh, I don't want to stick out. That is the main problem, psychological problem. It means not being confident in your belief. Look, what are we doing here? We get together to eat? No, we get together to entertain God's presence in our food. How He is being generous to us, practical. So let's talk about the Creator, how generous He is, how merciful He is. And also, He is not only Ar-Rahman, the merciful one, He is also Ar-Rahim, eternally merciful with no end. But what we eat here has an end, has an end. So it is not Rahim, manifestation of Rahim. It is just a manifestation of Rahmah, Rahman. Rahim, eternally. He is inviting me to His eternal, if you like, eternal court, eternal presence in the form of the creation of paradise. So the problem is we don't want to take a lead in our communities. Everybody keeps talking about food. I say, oh, I like this really. Isn't that Egyptian? I'm guessing. Is it that Egyptian, how to say, rice? How do you cook it? Which kind of spice do you? Come on, come on, come on. If you like it, yes, keep it at the end of the food. So can I have the recipe? I really loved it. I can do it. But don't mention it when, as soon as we sit at the table, we start talking about the food. Forget about the center of the food. But we say, of course, I would say it's not very sincere way of practicing one's belief. Bismillah at the beginning and at the end, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Thank you. It was a great food, and I really appreciated your dinner. Oh, it was really delicious. How about the one who really created it and provided it for you? And delicious, it means taste, is created by not the one who cooked the food. The one who created the food with this taste. You appreciate, you praise the host more than, I mean, you, not you really, me. I praise the host more than I praise God in my gatherings. Talk about, or the person says, oh, I tried my best. I am sorry, it is not the best one, but I'm not a good cook, but I try, of course. As you say, oh, it is wonderful. He starts becoming humble and humble. Why? He loves it. Carry on, carry on. But we should never say, of course, we should thank him, the person who invited us, but that's it. God deserves the real praise. This person really deserves to be thanked because he was kind. He didn't really hide or distorted his feelings created by God's. Or so he is being generous. He is serving us. Yeah, because he is a good, if you like, passage of God's mercy, because the mercy in himself, love to entertain the guests, is created by God in him. He didn't create it. He found it there, created, ready to be used. That's he is using God's creation. But he has the option not to use it. There are some people who are stingy. They don't use it. Ah, compared to that attitude, he deserves to be thanked. That's it. Of course, we have to thank it, acknowledge it, be kind to him, yes. But the talk shouldn't be centered on the talent of this person, quality of the food as it is prepared. And no one says, you made this roasted turkey and it is wonderful. What was the degree? How long you kept it in the oven? Okay. Just just ask it and maybe say, please text me how did you cook it. That's it. That's it. If you are interested in it. I'm not saying you shouldn't learn. No, you should. But at the end, all the discussion must be centered of the revelation of the guidance from our Creator. That is community. Otherwise, it is not the community. It is an oh, sorry, I touched my hand somewhere accidentally. Sorry. Okay, it is and somehow harmful for me. I understand it is harmful for a conscious being, but those people who don't think, they take their religion for granted. It is good for them. Let them stay in that community. But since you are here in this class, it means you are eager to think, to reflect, and learn more of the teachings of the Quran. I mean, I'm not, I can say that I am eager to learn, but I would like to. That's why I am here, inshallah. It's a very practical question. We have to look for these opportunities to compare and turn the community, be a good leader, good leader. Always, always, I mean, in America, I believe you live in the States, I think.
Yep.
Okay, but
Yes.
that's what I believe. Yeah, yeah. And you are the person I know, yeah. So you live in the States.
It
In
is
the,
easier here, inshallah, to do this. Yani,
yes,
yes,
yes, yes.
inshallah, like what you said, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, that this question came to my heart because what you have, subhanallah, we were discussing today about like with COVID, like the community feels really separate from each other, and like we were discussing how could we like what should we do in Ramadan, and of course the focus was on food, like subhanallah. But now you gave us a totally new perspective, like definitely, like even with all of this, we don't like you don't question, like for example, subhanallah, it is it is easy to connect with your with the given need to you that you want the community to come together, and as you said, some people block this need but some people want to work on it. But now you give it another, like another practical step, like what should the focus be when we bring people together? What is the focus?
Yeah.
So yes, that is something that we all can take to heart and inshallah start working on, and it will definitely be easier here. In my country I will be just mocked terribly. Here people inshallah are more open. Bismillah.
Yeah, yeah. And also the leadership. American people are crazy about leadership. Everybody wants to be a leader in something, in something. And in the education system, they say, please prepare your children. The education system teaches you, encourages the teachers, say that encourage the students to be a leader. Take the leading position. Yeah, imma. Yeah, that is why the Prophet Abraham said, ربنا هب لنا من ازواجنا وذرياتنا قرة اعين. Come on.
وَجْعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا, and make us
Yes, you see.
leaders to
Yeah.
the conscious people.
Yeah. وجعلنا للمتقين إماما. Why? Because if you don't take the leading position, who is going to take the leading position? And the community will be left for those people who keep speaking nonsense. Keep speaking nonsense, purposeless. And they have no shame. But you, I mean, as a person, anybody in this class now, want to be modest, and they don't want to embarrass other people, and they don't take the leading position. When they don't take the leading position, who takes the leading position? Those, I mean, people who just speak nonsense. Yeah, it means we are justifying their attitude. Do we have the right to do that? Most of the scholars complain. I was reading a very important scholar today in history, 17th century history. The scholar is a very great scholar. I mean, if anybody is interested in, I know somebody, at least some people know it, Mullah Sadra. So I was studying that guy. So in the introduction, he said to his book, I don't really blame the people. I blame the scholars who are not leading the people to search for the truth. They just keep themselves, of course, you are right, you are good, you pray, mashallah, Ramadan, Mubarak, Mabruk. Okay. And let's pray Tarawih. Okay. Okay. Oh, how am I going to welcome the Quran? Oh, let's recite the Quran together. I mean, it is better, much better, but studying the Quran, very rare. Memorizing the Quran is general among the practicing pious people, but studying the Quran is very rare. Anyways, there are many ways of studying the Quran. I'm not saying that everybody should study the Quran as we are doing here. I mean, we do it as much as I understand, or we understand, that's what we are here together, that the Quran must be studied for my practical life purposes. How should I implement it into my life? That's what I study the Quran for. So some people study the Quran for other purposes. I mean, getting historical information, getting Arabic, developing Arabic grammar, and studying the beauty of the eloquence of the Quran, balagha of the Quran, or I don't know, studying the Quran in order to learn how to derive rulings as far as the practical ritualistic rules, and these are called fiqh rules. Of course, but we study from this. But at least keep yourself busy with the Quran. Don't alienate it. Don't send it away. As the Quran says, the Prophet will complain about his community. Oh Lord, oh my God, this community of mine has thrown away the Quran, mahjuran. But just throw it away out of their life. Don't keep yourself with the Quran as much as you can. But of course, if you are not the expert like me, I always keep myself with the help of, go and ask the help of other scholars. Otherwise, for example, I would try to invent the wheel, which is already invented by other scholars. It is just waste of time. I should benefit from them, but at the same time, we have to be very careful what my focus should be and which kind of scholar I should follow. That is the question. Of course, it depends on your expectations from the Quran. Now, where are we? No, no, no. It is very late. It is. Okay. ثم أولى لك فأولى. Let's come here. Oh, we don't have much time. So, أيحسب الإنسان أن يترك سدى? Oh, those people who know a little bit Arabic, not the native speak a little bit, they say, what? It's very simple. أيحسب الإنسان? Does human being suppose, think, يترك سدى, that he would be just left alone, abandoned as Suda, I mean, meaningless. Just he was here for nothing, happened to be nothing. Do you think at the end also I will be left alone without any purpose? Is it really true? Is it really possible? Don't you think that everything is prepared for me? Even if, let's have an open discussion, even if I think I am the result of natural development, but this is a perfect production. And do you think nature has produced this perfect human production, if you like, produce human being is for nothing? It means nature is stupid. Whatever it is, whatever they call it. I don't know what they mean by nature, but whatever they say, it is a stupid being. That stupid being will produce me as the most highly developed being, production, if you like, and a factory is producing something, and the whatever the owner of the factory is going to throw it into a trash can. It means whatever it is, whoever established this factor of the universe must be an idiot guy if it is not going to take the result of his action into consideration and not expect what he has done from this one. The car factory produces car. If the owner of the car, what does it do? He sells it, makes money, etc., uses it, etc. That's human example. That's just a human example. The creator of the universe doesn't want us to use. But do you think the creator of the universe, source of the existence of the universe, is a stupid being so that he will create me and let me alone with no purpose, in futile position, meaningless? Do you think that really? Is it really make sense to you? Does it really make sense to you? Oh, come on. As a human being, whatever I am created for, created by, my existence is so perfect, so meaningful. I have consciousness. I have feelings. Even my body is perfectly designed to function in the most perfect way. And at the end, I will be thrown into my grave and got rotten there. I would say, oh, nature, if somebody believes in nature, you must be a stupid thing. If you are that stupid, how could you manage to make me a perfect being, consistent within its existence. It can't be contradictory. It must be a wise nature. If it's a wise nature, what is the end of it? Nature says nothing, you are going to rot, disintegrate into soil, finish. Well, it doesn't make sense. Even somebody is a nature worshiper, I mean, nature worshiper means in debt. I feel in debt to nature. It created me, gave me existence. Even that person shouldn't say this. The Quran brings it clearly in a very simple, very straightforward language. أَيَحْسَبُ الْإِنسَانُ أَن يُتْرَكَ سُدًى. Purposeless, he will be left here and go into the grave and rot away. Is it really possible? Come on. You don't have to believe in God. But people said, okay, as we came from earth, we are going back to earth. Why? Meaningless coming from earth, meaningless going into earth. But your being is meaningful. For example, in your own life, oh, I don't know why am I shouting. When I get excited, I cannot control my voice. You just think about it seriously. Seriously, if somebody says something to you meaningless, do you spend time with it? Just a simple-minded man and forget about it and turn away, look at your business. If somebody does something to you meaningless, you feel offended. If somebody asks you to do something doesn't make sense to you, would you do it? No. So you are full of meaning in your being. And how can you reduce yourself to meaninglessness? Come on, it is self-contradictory. You have to take out your brain and then say, I exist as a body without thinking, no consciousness, let alone no conscience. Your feelings, your expectations, hopes, fears. So wanting pleasure, desiring for pleasure. How a matter can desire pleasure? I want to entertain myself, even on daily basis. What need to entertain yourself? It means get pleasure out of your existence. Do you think matter can be source of this feeling? What are you doing? You are contradicting yourself. That's why أولى لك فأولى. You deserve to get nearer and nearer into distraction, complete going away and falling into non-existence. How can you bear it as a human being? You have to just kill your human side, live as an animal, still as an animal. You wouldn't like to die. What is that? Again, what am I doing? Okay, let's go this way. These two sentences as well. ألم يكن نطفة من مني يمنى. Look at the verse now, how kindly reminds the man who is materially minded, doesn't really think about the immaterial side of his being, immaterial side of the universe, meaning of his existence, meaning of the universe, his human side, human feelings. Forget about all these at a very simple level, which is not alien to anyone at all, about your own being. You were a single cell of sperm thrown away. Everything, I mean, the translator used the kind word, yumna, took it away. For example, if you eat something which is rotten, what do? You put you into your mouth as if you think that it is delicious, and as soon as you feel the taste, excuse me my being rude here, but it's a reality. This is yumna, it's thrown away. Smelling dust, smelling dirty. When just wanted to get rid of it, you are created out of this damn thing. Yeah, you are made up of this thing. How did you become this perfect human being, full of feelings, perfect arrangements in his body? Every member of your body, every cell of your body works so harmoniously in a perfect way. How can you imagine that you came out of the thrown, dirty, swirl stuff? Can it happen accidentally by itself? Use your human mind. Think about it. ثم كان علقة فخلق فسوى. So then he was a blood clot, and he created a conscious being, gave existence to it in the best form. He created and formed in a way to fit the purpose of his existence, consciously, purposefully arranged, so that you are given so different qualities in this body, which is just flesh and bone, and this body is worrying about his future. He's worrying about his generation, children. He's worrying about everything around him. If somebody really, for example, there is a beautiful tree there, if somebody is killing it, you just don't want him not to kill it. Let this beauty remain. You love beauty. You are in love of the beauty. You are in love of pleasure. You are in love of taste, beautiful taste. You are in love of goodness. For example, to be with the people who are happy around you. You don't want to be in a gloomy atmosphere unless you are in a pub or I don't know why people go there. I think these are really their spirit is so that they love in this physical atmosphere as well. I want, I want to be in a fresh air, sunny, a little bit wind, breeze, and not very sunny, just bright, and with cool drinks and food and good accompanying people around me. That is why I am created for. This is what I am created with as well, so that I will understand that my creation has a purpose. سوّ فسوّى, make it smooth. The end, the purpose of my existence will come to an end in a perfect way that I can comfortably understand it without forcing myself, without conditioning myself, so that my purpose in my existence is to fulfill this aim. What is that? I want my expectations to be fulfilled perfectly. Now let's study the last two verses today, but please excuse me, the time is up. فجعل منه الزوجين الذكر والأنثى. the creation has been realized, the existence of human being has been realized in such a way that two contradictory qualities are clashing with each other, contradicting with each other, but never ever causing any harm. On the contrary, making perfect harmony, helping each other, completing each other, perfecting each other, and these two sides grow separately. The best example here, human, men and women, complementing each other, but having different qualities. I don't know, in physical term, in also plants, they have all this, attracting, uh, how do you say? I don't remember this word. Always I have a problem. I mean, I don't know, repelling now. Just opposite. But look at the universe. Study the galaxies. Study the atom, the structure. You will see nothing but two opposing sides complementing each other. How can you say that it's accidental? The man grows in this way, women grows in this way, and they get together, and out of these contradicting, again the man and women grows separately each other, but they perfectly complement each other, perfect each other, contribute to each other, and existence perfectly continues in this way, just demonstrating that the things cannot become aware of the opposite quality and adjust themselves and get together, work in harmony, supporting each other. They have no conscience. It is so obvious and amazing creation cannot be attributed to accident itself, because accidentally human grown as a man. Where is the woman? And the woman grows in another form. How they complement each other? No, I don't know. For example, my wife and I complemented each other. I am not aware of how she grew. She's not aware of how am I growing. I mean, created in this way. No, but we are complementing each other. Everything is like this. Do you have any galaxy with its opposite and attracting, distracting, whatever they do, and perfectly harmoniously, the order is smoothly continuing to fulfill the purpose. Last verse hits the point. Last verse hits the point. That is the last sentence of the section, and this is the purpose of the section of this Quran. أليس ذلك بقادر على أن يحيي الموتى. Hey, does he who can do this not have the power to bring the dead back to life? It means apparently the body is dying. How he came into existence with this contradictory but complementary relationship, perfect order, purposefully designed for what is expected of this universe. We are not talking about the meaning of the universe yet at all. Be careful. Just the matter itself. How the one, whatever it is, whoever it is, leave you I mean, can not do the same thing again every day. every moment bringing a new baby, not thousands of, hundreds of thousands of new babies are given life. Whereas on the other hand, again, thousands of people are giving death. Continuing. So it means he can do both at the same time. But whoever is doing this, so isn't that reasonable to confirm the one who creates everything in this way, the source of existence of this universe, whoever it is, whatever it is, can do it again? Every day is renewing the universe. Every moment is renewing the universe. How can you say that after I die, that's it? I'm going to disappear from existence. But how did you come into existence at the first place, for God's sake? Come on, think about it seriously. How did you come into existence at the first existence? If the accident is the source of your existence, the same accident can bring you into existence again. Why do you deny it? Even you are a blunt atheist, you cannot deny the resurrection. Blunt atheist, let alone believer in God, who is almighty, all powerful, all knowledgeable, absolute being. No, no, no. Just a man who believes in matter only. This matter has brought you into accident, as an accident, as a result of accident. Why this idiot, stupid, dumb nature cannot bring you again? But there is no one within the universe, only the one who gives existence to the universe with his absolute qualities can renew the whole universe in existence and give you a meaningful, perfectly meaningful life according to the desires, feelings that he has endowed in you, instilled in you, or with the language of the Quran, breathed in you. Then this breath will give you another life according to the capacity you developed here. It is not an accident, cannot be an accident. Really, the reasoning the Quran presents to us is so consistent, so convincing. Even the atheist cannot deny it. Even the atheist who said, okay, accident brought me into existence, accident will bring me into existence because accident gave me the feeling to have this existence continue in the perfect form. Perfect form. The accident gave me this sense, the accident should give me. Of course, it's a rational human question to ask this: can the accident be source of my existence? No, this perfect existence. How can it be? So it is obvious that it is a deliberate action, and this deliberate action must be, oh, must be an evidence. So, excuse me, I'm sorry, I missed the chats while I was looking at it. Okay, let me see. Taya has her hand up. Oh, Taya. Oh, I just complementary opposites. At complementary opposites, Colin gives the term. Taya says 1 billion accidents is not an accident. It is no longer chance. It must be decided. It is brilliant, etc. Okay. Thank you very much. Taya, would you like to express yourself? Is it too late?
No, No, it's okay. You already touched on it. I just came to that conclusion maybe a couple weeks back when I started taking this class. I was thinking about how naturalists or people who explain the earth or our existence through just nature often say that these things are coincidences or accidents, like you're saying. And then I just kept thinking, okay, well, if we're thinking about how the cell works and how it's similar to how the universe works, and if we think about how, you know, babies come into existence and all the beautiful little tiny miraculous things that happen, all of these acts, coincidences. A coincidence is something that happens, you know, that's remarkable, and it just happens by chance, and you know, it's just here and then it goes, right? But if you have a billion coincidences, they're no longer coincidences, right? Like it becomes something, it becomes order. It's not a coincidence anymore by the definition of what they're explaining. And so that was something that helped me. But you touched on it much better than I did.
Thank you. So this coincidence has no exception. That is another side of it. The universe's order has no exception. The coincidence, you know what happens? It happens only as a result of 1 million option once it happens. If it is coincidence really, if it is, I don't think so, but this coincidence happens 1 million out of 1 million. This is not called coincidence. It is just order, perfect conscious order. You cannot call it coincidence. No, I mean, that is nothing but obstinacy. Okay, leave these people. We will take care of ourselves, and we will know that definitely whoever gave existence to me will definitely give existence to me again, because my senses are arranged to expect this existence from the one who gave me existence. I am a conscious being, so this I am created by a conscious being with consciousness, and I am expecting this conscious being to do something conscious in my next creation. That's why resurrection is inevitable. It must happen. My today's existence is the witness to the reality of resurrection. That is called Qiyamah. The section is called resurrection. Qiyamah means resurrection. So the last verse hit the point, resurrection. Until the last verse, we didn't hear anything about the resurrection. But we have to take the sequences of these verses in this section of the Quran as an example. We should present, if we want to present resurrection to ourselves or to any of our friends, we should start from the beginning as this chapter started, and then develop. At the end, your last sentence will be, isn't that really very easy, and definitely it must happen to bring me into existence again by the same one who gave me existence from the beginning. That is the last sentence it should be. So this is the way the Quran teaches us how we should reason in order to understand resurrection, which kind of stages we have to go through. I'm sorry, we are already late. I will stop here.
Oh, Dr. Lee, before you end the class, I just wanted to say too that I think that we are spoiled by what we see, because if we could black out our whole minds right now, and we never saw somebody have a baby, like you never knew about that, and somebody came up to you, you don't know this, somebody came up to you and said, this sperm, this egg is going to create a human, like a human comes out of another human. That is like very, I know we're used to it, but that is a miraculous thing. It's like really weird. Like if you really sat back and we're used to it, but if somebody told us that and we had never experienced experienced it, we'd be like, oh no, that's not how, that can't work. So we have to, I think that that's where people get stuck too, in limiting what God can do because we haven't seen it.
Thank you. That's correct. I agree. But thank you. Thank you for sharing your feelings. Inshallah, our friends here in this class should also share their feelings. Feel comfortable. Inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. Innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum. And alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.